Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is FlaSh versus JangBi, and the first things first. There's the colors. So they just hit OK, and they clicked on FlaSh's red command center. And first things first. If you have not seen the first game of this, then go back and watch game one because it's well, it comes before this one. Some of you might be wondering now, if you haven't seen game one, why there's a game two. This is Pro League, which is why I told you to go watch game one first, dummy. Anyway, this is game two because game one was a long 40-minute draw between these two players. They both stalemated. And by the way, JangBi heading out very, very early. It looked like his 5th probe or something like that. Heading out for some kind of a cheese here. He's probably going to do some sort of proxy rush. He is putting a pylon right in the middle of the map. Very, very gutsy there, especially given that FlaSh, well, if he scouts, he usually, moves his SCV around to scout up the ramps and things. So, instead of just going straight down the diagonal. But FlaSh hasn't been scouting very well lately, so this could be bad for JangBi. In any case, a long stalemate in the first game, and actually FlaSh... Wait, never mind. I thought he was doing something else. But FlaSh is going for a normal supply depot, so he is probably going to get caught off guard by this, unless he scouts after that supply depot, but he hasn't been doing that a lot lately, so we'll see. Either player... These players are very, very closely matched. I won't bother going into too much details because we did that last game, but both players, whoever wins this game is going to be very, very excited to have all that work pay off, and whoever loses is going to be extremely disappointed because of the fact that they put so much effort and time and almost won a game and then to lose. And now JangBi's actually stolen FlaSh's gas. FlaSh doing exactly the same build as last time, even the same positioning, except now he doesn't have any gas, so it's going to be really, really difficult for him to get out tanks or anything like that to deal with this rush by JangBi. He's only got the one gateway there, so he may just be going for not an all-in strategy, which would usually do two gateways. He may just be going for one gateway and just do some harassment, basically, and then come in with a larger force later after taking kind of an economic lead. He might get an expansion quickly or something like that after getting some zealots in FlaSh's base. But things actually not looking good for FlaSh. I think he might have suspect this. And now the first zealot coming in, the SCV looking the wrong direction. He was looking for proxies up on the top there, and now he sees that zealot. First zealot coming in, and so FlaSh is going to have to deal with this rush completely with Marines because he's not going to be able to get any mech units out to deal with it.
Yeah, and I'm going to quickly talk about what JangBi did there. That was actually a big risk on JangBi's part, taking FlaSh's gas, mainly because there are two main counters to when a Protoss player takes your gas. One is either to go 2 racks and just overrun your opponent with mass Marines and medics, and the second is to fast expand. And if he did the 2 barracks rush, then basically JangBi would have been pretty much screwed because well, obviously 2 barracks beats 1 gateway, and yeah, and by the way, FlaSh got a bunker up, so this harass is not going to do anything at all, pretty much. He's probably going to kill an SCV or 2, and FlaSh did take his gas now after killing the assimilator, so he's probably going to come back to a normal game. And JangBi's rush, I'm pretty much safe to say that it failed because he's probably going to kill, like, he's going to kill probably, sorry about that, he's going to kill like an SCV or 2 right now, but that's pretty much it because, yeah, and JangBi's going to be really behind after that. But yeah, taking the gas was a big risk, and I guess if he did go for the command center, then JangBi would have, then FlaSh would have paid for it because JangBi would have had the economic, JangBi would have just ran him over with the gateway. And yeah, I don't think this rush is meant to like kill FlaSh. It's just meant to like harass him a little bit, mainly because well, it's only 1 gateway, and you don't see Protoss players choosing with 1 gateway because that's really easy to stop, and FlaSh has stopped it. And now he's going for the Nexus. So yeah, this rush wasn't meant to like kill FlaSh. And JangBi microing his odds really well by taking the one with lower life at the back. I guess it's not really well, but it's good enough to keep his odds alive. And now FlaSh also microing by letting his Marines take as little damage as possible. And obviously he has a bunker to stay alive, like to run back to. So I don't know why JangBi constantly keeps trying to engage, because I highly doubt if FlaSh is careful with his micro that he'll lose any Marines, because it's really easy for Sharon to micro their zealots away from, sorry, their Marines away from the Protoss zealots. And now JangBi going in for his going in for the cybernetics core. So yeah, this game it's ended up pretty much. I'd say JangBi is now getting the economic advantage because he has the expansion. Except FlaSh has a small window of opportunity to do some damage here. like while while JangBi has like a small like military disadvantage, and although I think this JangBi actually planned this really well because he has his cybernetics core up, he has his gateways up, and JangBi can't really rush him. And now, yeah, 5 zealots to hold us off. Yeah, this is really planned by JangBi, I'm pretty sure, because there's no other way he could have like made all this work like so smoothly, and yeah, I'm pretty sure had this all planned out. And yeah, I think JangBi is gonna have the advantage. This is kind of similar to game one when JangBi did his Nexus 14 Next build because he has the economic advantage over FlaSh right now, and although he's not that behind military wise now because he has all his gateways up, so this game is last game was also in favor of JangBi at the starting, except this game is in more favor of JangBi, like more. I don't know how else to emphasize it. Like it's just JangBi has a more of an advantage this game than he did last game, early game, and so yeah. FlaSh might actually do this 3 base thing again. I'm not really sure. We'll see how this game turns out. But yeah, lots of Marines there. I'm not sure what he's planning to do with that. But yeah, right now this game pretty much even.
Yeah, FlaSh has been putting out a lot of Marines. I guess just because he knew that he was in a little bit of danger. I mean, he had put out a lot of Marines in the beginning there to deal with those Zealots. And it's also possibly because FlaSh has really been kind of kept from getting much gas this entire game. Because even once he got his gas back, JangBi was still harassing the SCVs on the gas because they were farthest away from the bunker there. So he wasn't able to get much gas. And now JangBi does look like he's trying to go in here for an attack after FlaSh setting up for a 3rd base here. And now FlaSh pulling he's got a lot of Marines, so he's going to be able to do pretty well. JangBi is not targeting that tank. The bunker goes up, and the Marines go inside the bunker. Now the JangBi switching his focus, trying to take out that tank. He does take out the tank, and there's only another tank coming in just in time. So he is going to be able to hold this off, I think. It looked like JangBi for a second was thinking about running past that bunker, but I don't think that would be the wisest move. I think he'd just end up cutting off his forces. Well, he probably wasn't even thinking about it at all. And immediately, FlaSh setting up a little blockade here. Oh, that tank is in danger, though. It's stationary. You can't micro it away. SCV's trying to get in the way, but they are not able to get in the way. And JangBi able to snipe another tank. FlaSh has no tanks right now, and this is actually looking really bad for FlaSh. He needs to get some more artillery out. He basically needed to have his blockade set up beforehand. And now he's got another tank out, but again, it's trapped. He keeps running his tanks in. And this time he's actually able to save it. I don't know how he managed to do that. He threw all of his SCVs onto that tank, and this time JangBi does run past FlaSh's defenses. FlaSh is going to have to engage with some SCVs there, and he may actually have to pull his tank back from his front line, at which point JangBi is going to attack his front door again. JangBi doing a really brilliant job of making FlaSh split his forces there, and unfortunately for FlaSh, he only has the 1 tank at the moment. A second one's going to pop out pretty soon. There it is, but tank gets sniped off again. Jeez, I think FlaSh is going to lose this game because of the fact he's not keeping his tanks alive. Finally, he gets a surround on those Dragoons. He's able to stop the Dragoons from... Oh my gosh, if FlaSh loses another tank, he almost lost it. The Dragoons are almost dead, though. 1 Dragoon goes down. The tank goes down! The tank goes down! Oh my gosh, and that may have been FlaSh's undoing because now he has no tanks at all. Oh my gosh. Poor job by... I won't say poor, but not as good of a job by FlaSh as he should have. As he could have. I know that he could do better than that, honestly. And now he's going to pay the price for it. That blockade at the front is not going to be able to hold. So FlaSh is not going to be able to set up a 3rd base anytime soon. Actually, never mind. It looks like it does hold. I thought JangBi had more forces there, I guess. So FlaSh is going to be able to set up his 3rd base. Right after I say he's not going to be able to, he goes up and sets up his 3rd base. But he's still in a really tenuous position, though, because he's only got 1 tank. I mean, JangBi does have 3 bases going now, and he could easily put out a lot of forces and overrun that front door if FlaSh isn't careful. He's going to have to... I mean, FlaSh is really good at setting up static defenses, but he's going to have to do his best one ever in order to hold off the next push by JangBi, I think.
Yeah, definitely. JangBi's in a huge advantage right now, just because all that harassment really paid off for him, and... yeah, so right now both players setting up for a macro mode, except JangBi has his gateways. Like if you count the gateway, he has like what 5-6 gateways, and FlaSh only has 2 factories, and that's not what you want to be going up against a Protoss that has like triple as many gateways as you. or well, factories to gateways ratio, but whatever. Yeah, and Reaver's coming out. JangBi really likes using his Reaver, so I don't know why he's using Reaver so late. Maybe because he thinks he can. I think JangBi might want to just he realizes Flash's tank count is really low, so he's just gonna go. Rather than doing a Zealot bomb, he's basically gonna go make Zealots take the damage, and the Reaver's gonna go kill the tanks, and then he's probably gonna go and mop up what's left with his Dragoons, and he might go in for harassment. I don't know. I really don't think he should because it's this late into the game, and FlaSh would have turrets around, and he's setting up for his fourth, but FlaSh has seen it. Although I don't think there's much FlaSh can do about it at this point. And again, finding another hole in FlaSh's turret line and using it to his advantage by harassing, and oh, that scarab actually did go off. JangBi has really good scare-up targeting skills, or whatever you want to call it, micro, I guess. And FlaSh has good tank Reaver attacking micro, except obviously JangBi's micro usually proves superior than FlaSh's when it comes to just harassing because, well, harassing with the Reaver because it's really hard to target the Reaver while you're getting chased by Zealots. And FlaSh doing an excellent job by microing his tank around by not letting it die. And Goliath Celts, this is actually really reminiscent of Game 1 because it went pretty much almost exactly like this. And yeah, FlaSh doing an excellent job by keeping his tank alive. I think the tank is at like 3 life or something like that. And yeah, so JangBi still in the lead just because he has like his 4th base running, and he's done so much more harassment to FlaSh than FlaSh. Well, obviously he did more harassment than FlaSh did to him, but he's done enough harassment to make FlaSh go not be macro tied with JangBi, and I don't know if that made much sense. And by the way, shuttle speed is upgraded, and 4 DTs. You're gonna see a DT drop, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, you're gonna definitely be seeing a DT drop, and this could really damage FlaSh because if you can kill off both turrets, then all you have to do is, although Goliaths are out, so I was about to say all you have to do is just load your Goliaths, load your DTs, and then scan's gonna be useless. Except with Goliaths there, it's really hard, and yeah, 4 DTs going in for the drop. We'll see how effective his drop is. He might just drop on top of the tanks. I'm not really sure. This drop could go many ways. Yeah, we'll see how things turn out though. Yeah, FlaSh has lots of turrets, so now I don't think he has any more holes in his defense. So yeah, although right now I'd give the advantage to JangBi just a little bit because he has more macro going up for him.
And JangBi actually going in here with 2 speed shuttles. One of them is full of Dark Templar. I think the other has a Reaver in it. There's the Reaver. The Zealot's dropping out as well. Goliath not able to pick off the shuttle. Goliaths go down to Dark Templar fire. This could be the end for FlaSh. He doesn't seem to have anything to deal with this. He has Comsat, but the Goliaths were taken out. At the same time, he's attacking in the front, and FlaSh just does not have the vultures to stop those. Wow, somehow he manages to drive off JangBi, although I think JangBi probably could have taken that if he'd really pressed that home, but he was dealing with his micro back in FlaSh's main base. Looks like he's lost 1 Dark Templar. The shuttle is still alive. He's lost all of his Zealots in FlaSh's base, but this is looking... Oh my god, a ton of Speed Zealots. I think when those Speed Zealots arrive at FlaSh's front door, then that is probably going to be the end for FlaSh. This is not looking good for him at all. He's going to be able to crash down on FlaSh's front door while some of his tanks are in the back, and drop his Dark Templars in the back to occupy those tanks, and all the Zealots coming in, taking the hits. The Zealots getting really confused, though, not able to get around the blockade, but when that supply depot goes down, there's not going to be anything stopping those Zealots. The supply depot has like a little bit of health left, but JangBi is not targeting the supply depot. There's repairs on the supply depot as well, but the barracks is almost dead too. If the barracks goes down or the supply depot, the blockade will be completely nullified. But the Zealots have finally killed off all the SCVs and gotten all the way around, and they've managed to kill off the tanks in the front. But FlaSh, in the meantime, has somehow managed to dispatch the Dark Templar and bring his tanks to the front. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not sure if FlaSh is going to be... Somehow FlaSh has held this off. This is absolutely insane. I don't think any other Terran but FlaSh could have held that off. That was absolutely ridiculous. He managed to hold off the Dark Templar in the back of his base while... And oh wow, Fleet Beacon going down, so it looks like it is going to... JangBi's going to try and mirror this and get carriers again, but that was ridiculously insane. FlaSh, I know I've said ridiculous and insane like 5 times each, but it doesn't matter, because it was both ridiculous and insane. 6 times now. He managed to deal with the Dark Templar in the back while he was dealing with that stuff in the front. Somehow managed to keep the supply depot and the barracks from burning down. Somehow managed to use his SCVs to block the Zealots. And did that long enough to kill the Dark Templar in his base to bring his forces back up to the front. And that is just absolutely ridiculous. FlaSh is still not in a good position though now because he's got his 3 bases now, but he's low on units, and JangBi's putting out a lot more units than he is. Um, Not to mention the fact that JangBi is up 2 bases on him. So FlaSh really should be thinking about getting another base right now, except I don't think there's any way he can push out at this point. JangBi was not able to break his front door, but he's just got too many units being put out, and I don't think there's any way that FlaSh can really push out, although he probably will be able to, knowing his macro skills, have enough units to push out in just a couple of minutes or so. But at that point, JangBi's going to have carriers. So, again, things looking kind of bad. And FlaSh trying to even things up economically with a little bit of vulture harass. JangBi sees it. He's trying to move his troops into position to stop this, but he's gone really zealot heavy, so he's not going to have a lot of dragoons around to deal with those vultures necessarily. Dropping mines as he tries to retreat, and it is slowing things down a lot. He's killing some... Oh, nice! Sending in the vulture to distract the zealots while the mines actually attack them, and he took out 5 zealots with that mine because of it. But JangBi has grouped up his probes. He's going to be able to run most of them out without taking too much damage. And yeah, finally, those vultures getting taken out there. A pretty decent harass, though, by FlaSh, given the fact that he basically killed off at least 5 or 6 zealots. And the zealots would cost a lot more than the 5 or 6 vultures that he used. So, yeah, there is that. But FlaSh, he may have an opportunity here to move out, theoretically, while JangBi's teching up, because he's just spent a ton of money on 4 Stargates and a fleet beacon and 4 carriers. That is a couple thousand minerals and gas, basically, that he's spent that he doesn't have Dragoons and Zealots for right now. So FlaSh might have an opportunity right now, and it looks like he is using that opportunity to try and move out and secure a 4th base. But once those carriers come out, I'm not sure if he's going to have enough forces on the ground to answer to it. Although I did think that last time as well, and he did end up having it. And sorry for rambling on and on and on. But now JangBi going in for another attack here. He has storms now, and FlaSh just doesn't have enough vultures on the ground. Again, he's gone for those Goliaths, so he doesn't have quite as many vultures. They're not able to block the Zealots from hitting his tanks. And now the Templar coming out, storming the vultures. This could be the end for FlaSh after all. He may not have been able to move out safely after all, because now all of his units getting stormed and his tanks just getting absolutely massacred by speed zealots. And somehow, again, FlaSh managing to hold off that push. But the critical point here is he was not able to safely secure his 3rd base, or his 4th base, and now the carriers are out.
Yeah, and this is exactly why FlaSh is FlaSh. Like, the main reason he held that off was because of his excellent supply depot repairing skills. And, like, yeah, basically, well, obviously it's not that, but, like, he repaired that all while handling with that harass. I don't think any other Terran player at this time could have done that. But even if he did that, like, JangBi still has a huge advantage. And honestly, there is Templar in that, and he could have stormed there, but I don't know why he chose not to, but yeah, he's probably going to go there now. And yeah, this game is definitely going really bad for, yeah, and there we go, there's the carriers. FlaSh has nothing to deal with this. Yeah, okay, so he calls GG right when he saw those carriers, so JangBi does take this game.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's really bad on well, not bad, that's really sad on FlaSh's part by, like, just losing like that while, and JangBi looking really excited, really happy to take, like, an hour's worth of work overall, pretty much. And yeah, that's real, and he deserves it though. Like, both games, I think he was a better player both games, mainly because he did more. Although FlaSh, the second game, he did a lot, like, to stop JangBi's, like, offensive, whatever you want to call it. And although I think JangBi, that game was well deserved to JangBi, because that win, because he played, like, he basically made that build order perfect. Like, he cheesed him, not really. He, like, got back economic wise, and yeah, I think JangBi really deserved that. And FlaSh played a pretty good game there. He's looking really disappointed right now, except you got to give it to JangBi, because that game was. I think I'd be really upset to actually see FlaSh win that game, because JangBi did everything. Like, he was on the offensive the whole game, and I hate seeing a Terran player, like, defend the whole game and still end up winning. I think that's how FlaSh beat JangBi last time, like, way before, when they played on Coliseum, I think it was, or some other map, when JangBi kept recalling and FlaSh eventually ended up losing because